Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tip. Max with you for another episode, and today I'll be the judge of your work. Gonna rate a few teams, whether you're from the YouTube comments, the Discord, or wherever. I'll be right down the middle, no favoritism, 100% honest, straight to the point. Before we start, here are some of the criterias I'll be basing myself off. The number one thing is how many centers did you end up with and how many did you get in the first 5 to 8 rounds? How many right wingers did you get in the first 5 rounds? How does your defenseman corps look based on the amount of players you are in your league? Did you draft multiple goalies in the early to middle rounds? And did you miscalculate the amount of single eligible position forward on your team? Without further ado, let's look at our first team. Rumble Exo Maz, 14-man league, standard league, goals, assists, penalty minutes, power play points, shots, hits, blocks. He went with Matthew Tkachuk at 8, Josie at 21. No problem here. Robertson, you can't go wrong. Sveshnikov, right where you need to get him. Jake Gwenzel at 64, super valuable for 5th round. Freddie Anderson, unless you're using him as a trade bait, I think it's way too low. Kochetkov 92, 2 goalies in the top 100 is rarely a good idea to me. I believe you could have waited a few rounds for Kochetkov. Sergachev at 105 is a great scoop for his draft position. Kadri at 120, maybe a little early, but peripherals are insane and ceiling can be really high. John Carlson strengthening the D. Then you got Cousins, Wilson, Bennett, good middle round picks with decent periffs. The hits and shots will be nice here and they'll all get above 0.5 points per game. At 189, we got Justin Falk, dark horse pick here. With Krug, he'll be the PP1 option for the year. And you see at 204, Dustin Wolf, who might even be better by season's end than both Carolina goalies due to their injury history. Pierre-Luc Dubois, great value. And then 17 to 21, all young players. Laine could have scored 35 goals this year. You snatched him at 245, really good. IR stash. Pospisil hits hard. Quinn is playing PP1. Lane Hudson at 260 is a good gamble. So with your D-Corps looking like Roman Josie, Sergachev, Carlson, Falk, Lane Hudson, that's beautiful. You got some good wingers. For a 14-man team, I rate this one a solid 8 out of 10. You should fight for a top 5 spot. The late rounders have high ceilings, and apart from the back-to-back goalie strategy a little early, I like the offensive potential and the decent peripherals around. Then we have Jersey Shore Pirates, who picked 12th overall. By the way, these picks are not in order. I placed them like that. He did not send me his draft order. So for his team, the defensive corps, we can look at it. Cale Makar, Zach Werenski, Gustav Forsling, Radko Gudas. I like the Makar and Jack Hughes offensive potential. Kind of dangerous not having a deep defensive corp with the injury history of Makar, especially that you went for Yusei Saros probably in the earlier rounds. I see good players like Kempe, Batterson, and Nico Ishier, but nothing elite. Boone Jenner is great on any fantasy team. The problem with Michelli, Kurashev, Pederka, and Wyatt Johnston is a heavy lack of peripherals. With all that taken into consideration, I have to rate it a 6.7 out of 10. A lot of question marks, and if Makar goes down with injury, the defense is in deep, like I said. I think this is a playoff team at best, but please go ahead and prove me wrong. 12-man league, William didn't send me the draft rankings, but we got Barkov, Eriksson-Ek, Kucherov, very good defense. You can already tell this was a really well-picked team. Stuart Skinner as number 1 with late rounds Binnington and Dustin Wolf. I can definitely get behind. Barkov, Eriksson as the straight center is really good. Forsberg, Barzal are tier 2 superstars. Bushnevich, Gwenter, and Arvidsson are very good gambles. The team is deep with all-around consistency. Just look at Brian Rust, Boone Jenner. Probably the best defense in his league. I would guess by looking at his draft that he probably drafted 6th overall and Kucherov fell on his lap. Don't like Frank Vetrano at all, but all in all, I give this guy an 8.2 out of 10. Good stuff. Then we have Brewster, 8-man league, goals, assists, penalty minutes, power play points, shorthanded points, shots, hits, blocks, regular goalie categories. His defensive corps is Evan Bouchard, Sergachev, Michael Matheson, Zach Werenski, Justin Falk, all guys I targeted during my own drafts. Of course, it's an 8-man team, and it's going to be better than our 10, 12, 14-man leagues, but this draft, in my opinion, is the best 8-man team that was sent to me. He didn't waste any picks on overvalued defensemen early on. He got Hellebuck in the 9th round. His point producers are stacked. The right wing position is in very good health with Thompson, Kempe, Boldy, and Caulfield. The only thing missing is a bit of peripheral, but in an 8-man points league, it's almost irrelevant with the amount of talent here. I rate our friend Brewster an A-, top goaltender, good defense, multiple potential 40-goal scorers. Might have to add another left winger along the way, but this is a 9.2 out of 10. And then we have Krejci the Great, 5'6". The only information I got was 12-man banger league where he picked 9th overall. Matthew Tkachuk, Boone Jenner, Mo Seider, and Trouba are all great banger league guys to have. You've got good offensive depth. I don't like Zuccarello. I don't like Jordan Kyrou, as I think they're way too soft for banger leagues. Your depth is also not great on the peripheral side of things. I'm talking about Pavel Zacha, O'Reilly, Fantilli, and Dylan Gwenter. You also have 4 centers without dual eligibility. I have to rate you a 6.7 out of 10. And finally, we have Josh Saulnier. 12-man league. I'll start off by saying this. Only a platinum or diamond manager have the balls to draft a guy like GT Miller in the first round, let alone at 6th overall. Last year, in my platinum money category league, GT Miller got drafted 6th overall, and the manager, shout out Top Dog, he was clowned by fellow league members and everybody, and guess what? He won the whole league. So, your defense with Josie, Bouchard, Darnell Nurse, and late pick Brent Clark is borderline elite, if not elite at all. Corpy is a super nice handcuff for early season. I do believe Aiden Hill and Joey Decard are a little early, but you drafted so well around it, it barely makes a difference. Nice double eligibility all around. This really looks like a Mr. Clutch team, and I will give you a 9.4 out of 10. This was the best 12-man team that was sent to me. Good job, Josh. You should end up in the final if you don't panic drop during the year. And finally, I'll leave you guys with my Content Creator League's draft from last Tuesday. I won't commentate too much on myself. I'll let you guys be the judge in the comments down below. For the Creators League, 6 points for a goal, 4 points for an assist, 2 points per power play points, 0.9 shots, 0.5 hits, 1 point per block. Goalies are valuable, 5 points for a win, -3 goals against, 0.6 per save. So 1 goal against per every 5 shots is 0. And shutouts are 3 points. First round, I got my boy Kucherov. Second round, I never draft Panarin, but he fell to me at 20. In a points league, I had to do it. Couple of centers, Crosby, Barkov, who slipped in the draft. I had to pick them up. And I kind of went against my own strategies for this league in particular. I went Vasilevsky at 53, Stuart Skinner at 77. And these guys know what they're doing during the draft. The defensemen were going like hot potatoes in the early rounds, which is why I kind of went for forwards and goalies. My first defenseman was Morgan Rielly at 68. Then I went Brent Burns. I don't like it that much. Chris Letang at 101 is a great handcuff in case Erik Karlsson stays injured for a while. Brad Marchand at 116, I mean, that's super good value. Mark Scheifele, 125. The one problem at this point for me was I didn't really have dual eligibility. That's why I kind of focused on Tarasenko and Matt Duchene to get me some right-wing dual eligibility players. Mark Stone at 164, good value. I did say to draft him after the 165, 175 draft pick. Jeff Skinner, 173. That's a nice bet. That's a nice gamble. And finally, my last two picks are guys who played on October 4th, October 5th. Bowen Byram, Jake Allen. I was going to draw Bowen Byram for another defenseman, but he played really well on the first night. I might keep him for a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It makes all the difference to us, and I will catch you guys next week. Good luck one more time for week 1, and we will chat soon.